and welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. We got for the highlights tonight. Equipment handover ceremony at the honor/HCR meeting that took place today. And on the international scene, Turkey and Palestine, Erdogan reaffirms his support for Palestine at his meeting with Mahmoud Abbas. Those were the major and top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The Ministry of Health informs the population and residents that on Wednesday, August 14th, the World Health Organization launched at its highest level of health alert in response to the resurgence of cases of monkeypox and declared this disease to be a public health emergency of international concern. The Ministry of Health of Djibouti wishes to inform you that no cases has yet been reported on the national territory. However, cases have been reported in other countries in the sub-region, and we call on you to be vigilant. The Ministry of Health will spare no efforts to ensure the health of the population and all residents of the entire territory of Djibouti. Shifting gears, as part of the determination of the two governments of Djibouti and Ethiopia to speed up implementation of this strategically important project to connect the rail line to the Dorali oil depot in Djibouti and Ethiopia, the Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi, and the Minister of Finance of Ethiopia, Mr. Ahmed Shid, yesterday co-hosted an important meeting in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa. Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi and the Ethiopian Minister of Finance, Mr. Ahmed Shid, co-chaired an important tripartite working meeting yesterday in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa, to discuss the overall progress of this major project. Discussions between the various parties focused on enhancing the daily performance of the HDTL Dorali oil terminal in terms of loading and supplying the Ethiopian market with petroleum products with the aim of facilitating and further improving the service provided. On Thursday of August 15th at ONAR's headquarters at PK13, an official ceremony was held to hand over computer equipment and communication media for the fight against fraud and protection against the exploitation of sexual abuse. The official ceremony was attended by the Acting Secretary General of the Ministry of the Interior, Mr. Suleiman Mu'min Roble, the representative of the Office of the High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR in Djibouti, Mr. Philip Kursian San Kripi, the Executive Secretary of ONARS, Mr. Muhammad Ali Kamel, and the Deputy Executive Secretary of Honors, Mr. Hussein Shardi, and finally the leaders of the country's refugee communities. These materials and supports will continue to make a significant contribution to improving operational efficiency, reinforcing Honors' efforts and crucial mission of protecting and assisting refugees living in our country. UNHCR therefore donated 13 laptop computers and communication materials on the fight against fraud and PSEA, protection against sexual exploitation and abuse to Honors. This support is in line with the Vision 2035 and Djibouti's National Development Plan. The ceremony ended with the official handover of computer equipment and communication media and a family photo. On Thursday, August 15, a Solomon ceremony took place in the VIP salle of Camp Sheikh Ousmane to decorate Air Division General Laurent Boutet, the Chief of the General Staff of the French Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, elevated Air Force Brigadier General Laurent, commander of the French forces stationed in Djibouti, to the rank of the Commander of the National Order of June 27th. The ceremony was attended by the Commander of the Republican Guard, Colonel Mohammed Jama' Douale, the Commander of the Coast Guard, Colonel Wais Omar Bogorre, and the Director General of the Police and Military Authorities.
Au nom du président de la République et un petit des pouvoirs qui nous sont conférés, nous faisons commandeur ordre national des 27 juin.
The Indian Embassy in Djibouti celebrated today its 77th anniversary of India's independence in style this morning. This commemorative ceremony took place on the premises of the Indian Chancellery in Haramuz with the massive participation of the Indian community in Djibouti. The 77th anniversary celebration was attended by some 50 Indian Navy personnel, including a member of the Indian Navy's new generation offshore patrol vessel, which is currently engaged in an anti-piracy patrols in the Gulf of Aden. The Coast Guard was attended by a number of personalities, including Sarah Said Dawood, the first advisor to the president of the Djiboutian Chamber of Commerce, a representative institution of the private sector on a national scale. The young Sarah has a good command on the Indian language and is a symbol of the soil partnership between Djibouti and India. It was with great emotion that she wished the Indian people a happy holiday. This is the day when the Indian president addresses the nation from the Red Fort in Delhi. And now let's hear what the ambassador had to say.
Since independence, India has made multi-pronged development in all aspects of nation building and has led the world with the motto of Vasudev Kutumbakam, meaning world is one family, and continues to remain the fastest growing major economy of the world. India has been a reliable and steady partner of Djibouti in Djibouti's developmental journey of socio-economic growth guided by South-South cooperation. India and Djibouti have maintained century-old historical linkages, cultural affinities, and people-to-people connect. Indian cultures and Bollywood films are greatly admired by our Djiboutian friends, and we often find them wearing Indian dresses and singing or dancing on Bollywood tunes.
For the first time ever, Djibouti will be represented by the Pan-African Mathematical Olympiad, PAMO, to be held from August 10 to 2024 at the University of the Witwatersrand in Johannesburg, South Africa. This participation marks an important step in promoting excellence in mathematics among young Djiboutians. The Djiboutian team is made up of four brilliant high school students, two boys from the first S and two girls from the scientific terminal, all of whom obtained the baccalaureate of 2024. These young prodigies will be accompanied by two mathematician teachers, members of the ADAM Maths Association, which works actively to prepare Djiboutian students for international mathematics and programming competitions. Djibouti's participation in the 31st edition of PAMO is a unique opportunity for students to measure themselves against their African peers, forge links, and promote a cultural exchange. Djibouti is proud of this first participation and hopes that this initiative will encourage more young people to get involved in science and mathematics. Early in the morning of Friday, August 9, three age groups from Djibouti's East Africa Academy, 7, 8, and 9, 11, and 12, and 14 years of age, accompanied by their educators and a few parent volunteers, set off to the cool city of Arta. Under the escort of the road gendarmerie vehicles, the convoy, comprising two large buses and the supervisor's vehicle, arrived at their destination. As soon as they arrived, the first phase of the tournament began on the Sunny Hill synthetic pitch. In this first phase, the team in each category played against each other. Arta pardon me, Arta was represented by one team in each age category. At around 11:30 a.m., the first phase of the tournament came to an end and the ranking was drawn up for each category. At midday, the children were welcomed like kings at the Emia, where lunch was served. In the afternoon, the tournament resumes at Sunny Hill with the final phases, one and two finals and final and a ranking matches. Suddenly, heavy rains and strong winds hit the tournament, which was temporarily halted to allow the children to take shelter. After about 45 minutes, the tournament resumed and finished late into the twilight. Shifting gears towards the international scene now, at least 19 Palestinians killed in a series of Israeli raids in Gaza. Israeli air strikes targeted residential areas, including the Tel Al Sultan neighborhood in Rafah. At least 19 Palestinians were killed in overnight Israeli airstrikes in the Gaza Strip. Local sources reported on Wednesday. The Palestinian Civil Defense reported 4 deaths in an apartment in Hamad, west of Khan Yunis, targeted by Israeli warplanes. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan met with Palestinian President Mr. Mahmoud Abbas at the presidential complex on Wednesday to discuss Israel's ongoing violence in the Palestinian territories and the measures needed for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. During the meeting, the leaders addressed Israel's atrocities in Palestine and discussed strategies to achieve a lasting peace. President Erdogan stressed Turkey's unwavering support for Palestine's legitimate cause and its commitment to increasing international pressure on Israel. Well, by this, our blood viewers, we finally conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us, and make sure to tune as usual for more with us. Have a good evening.